For as long as my husband and I have been married, which is going on 14 years, we have always been in business together. So, from the beginning of our relationship, before we even got married, we connected because of business, and we knew from the very beginning we wanted to be in business together. That was something that was important to us. So, business and marriage has always been intertwined. And it was not too long into our marriage where we were both full-time entrepreneurs running our web design business. And I had the role of sales and marketing, and he was web developer and operations and integrator. And that complemented each other very well. Those skill sets, we have very different skill sets that work very well together, and so we enjoy working together. That is fun for us. Brainstorming, talking about new ideas, figuring out how to solve a problem. That's fun. And the problem is that our identity in ourselves, but also our identity in our marriage was tied to our business. So as a couple, as a husband and a wife, we did not know how to separate the business from our relationship. And that caused a lot of issues. And that was an easy place to get stuck. And it took me removing myself from the business for a season in order for us to figure that out. So for 10 years, we were full time in the business. And then I had actually gotten an opportunity to go and work for one of our clients, and thinking that as I went into this that I would still balance both. And I learned very quickly that I did not have the capacity or the mental energy to handle both. And in taking on a new job, I also recognized that I liked the freedom, and I liked the removing of myself from the business and not letting that rule over me all the time. I enjoyed that mental break and that even identity break from the business. And that was something that I needed. I didn't realize that at the time when I went to work full time for this company. I did not realize how intertwined my identity and my marriage was to the business. And it was in taking that step that it kind of started to open my eyes to that. And I realized that, wow, my husband and I don't ever talk about anything that's not work. We don't really have fun together. We don't really do things that aren't work related. Like, all we know how to do is work. And that set in motion just a new intentionality and a new purpose to getting to know each other as a husband and a wife, as a man and a woman, as a person and a person, and not as a business partner, not as a working conversation. And for a while that was very weird, and it was very awkward, and it was almost like we didn't know how to talk, and we didn't know what to do. But we set out to commit to work through that. And through date nights and through getting away together and through not talking about the business for a while, it gave us a new focus on each other, and it gave us a new focus on our kids, and it gave us a new focus on our family. And then over the years, we've separated our marriage from our business in a really healthy, wonderful way where we are just together, and I'm his wife and he's my husband, and we can have a weekend away together, and we can have a date night, and we have fun, and we're laughing, and we're doing things together, and work doesn't need to come up. And we found new topics of conversation and a new level of intimacy and trust and relationship. But it took me extracting myself from that. I didn't know how to continue on that path and change what I had been doing. I needed to remove myself, change the way that I had been thinking, change our approach. And then now, years later, ingraining myself back into the business, but still being able to hold on to our marriage and our relationship that is now not tied to the business. So it has been a journey that I am so thankful for, because in my own knowledge and in my own wisdom, I didn't know that I needed that, but God did. And in His grace and in His love, He opened those doors and gave us that season to really focus on us and to strengthen and heal our marriage, to get us to where we could come back to business. We could come back to entrepreneurship and not go back to our old habits, and still continue on and still work together in a way that we love to do, in a way that still brings us joy, is still exciting, but now it doesn't hold that same hold over us in that sense. And we can now move forward in a healthier, more positive, more God honoring way into what it is that God has for us.